What's going on, everybody? This is an episode from the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast. Do you like podcasts and you want to see the full podcast? Make sure you check out the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast on all your podcast platforms, such as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, among many others. But you're listening to the episode right here on YouTube, so make sure you hit that like button and below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button to NC Studios and NC Level Up for all your gaming needs. This is the Nerd Coalition. Enjoy the show. What also was interesting is WWE released their 2022 pay-per-view schedule, and there are some things that I thought was pretty cool. Some things that are changing, and some things that so we really putting up this AEW type thing, in order. I'm gonna tell you what I'm saying. So January 1st, day one. They're having a pay-per-view really called Day One.
Which I don't know why it's just not New Year's resolution.
Exactly, because they did that before. From the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, it's Saturday, January 1st, obviously. Oh, by the way, we got all Saturday pay-per-views this year.
Not all of them.
Yes, it is, except for one.
Are they? I thought it was just the big four.
No, there's only 2 Sunday pay-per-views. And those 2 pay-per-views don't even have names yet.
Okay.
So, day one is on Saturday, January 1st. Because Chris is on a Saturday this year, so I knew that was going to probably happen. Then we have Saturday, January 29th. The Royal Rumble at the Dome at America Center in St. Louis. So, it's going to be a dome. It's going to be, obviously, they turn that to a big.
Well, I knew that was going to be. I knew that was going to be on Saturday.
Saturday, April 2nd, and Sunday, April 3rd is WrestleMania at ATM Stadium in Dallas. So WrestleMania is going back to 2 nights again next year, which I think that is the way to go forward.
I would just have it 1 4-hour show. You don't got to push everybody on the show.
It's the bad because they want to get everybody on the show, and those.
I'm just talking about from a fan's perspective. Like, if you're going to be there, parking,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. If
you at the stadium, that kind of experience, they're trying to just cash in. Sorry.
If they kept to 1 4-hour show, I get it. Like if they kept to the 1 4-hour show, and everybody don't make it to the car, I get it. But they haven't been doing that since.
Or they need to go back to doing it. I know they want to be nice and all, but like, we don't need Carmella versus Dana Brooke on the WrestleMania. We don't need that.
No, you don't.
We don't even need it on the pre-show.
Honestly, to be honest with you, we don't need these Andre the Giant or Mae Young Women Battle Royals no more.
Those are fun if you're gonna have a surprise in it or whatever. But when you just have
they don't treat it like the last time,
and then you don't do nothing with it. Then of course, but that's why that should be just a pre-show thing. If you're gonna just have the winner, sure. If you're gonna do something with it, that would be way better than just having them win it and just to say that they won it and then never even bring it up again.
I will say this: it does help. A couple things. When WrestleMania is on 2 nights, it does help that certain people get to make history a main event. Like if WrestleMania was 1 night, Bianca Belair, Sasha Banks would have never main evented. And if they never main evented, they never would have made the history that they made at that night. And I'm happy for that history that they made. Also, if WrestleMania wasn't 2 nights, how good would that AJ Styles Undertaker Boneyard match would have actually been?
That was the first night. So
it was night 1. So, and also the good thing about it being 2 nights is there are certain matches that get more attention, that you can help build up more, and it can be more exciting if it has a regular night, to breathe, because that way you don't need a 4-hour show. You can
I'm still in the 1 night category. That's just me.
No, I feel what you're saying, but then it's like, because if you look back at those 2 WrestleManias, I was like, look, I like that Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks didn't get overshadowed. I like that they gave him 20 minutes on one night because okay, you know what? Let's make this interesting, shall we? Do you have your computer up?
Okay. Do I need to type something or what?
Because let's look at the WrestleMania card. Okay, it was WrestleMania 37 last year, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at the card. So on the WrestleMania card, okay, so night one. See, so if they put this whole thing together, and a 14-match card. So let's say if some got to be cut out. Unfortunately, Cesaro and Seth Rollins would have been cut out.
Biggie and Apollo.
Huh?
Biggie and Apollo
would have definitely been cut out. AJ and Omos and the New Day would have been cut out. Seth Rollins and Cesaro would have probably been cut out. Nia Jackson, Shayna Baszler, and to me, should have been called out in second place. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. No, Sheamus and Riddle would have been cut out. Now,
Sheamus and Riddle would have been pre-show for me.
Now, here's the thing. Apollo Crews finally got a WrestleMania singles match. Now, the concept of the idea was stupid. In a Nigerian drum fight, that was stupid. But, I mean, if it was in a hardcore match with Big E, they gave them, he gave him his match. We would have never seen Apollo have that kind of match if it wasn't on two nights. Such as Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn wouldn't have had a match at all. They would have been stuck in some multi-man ladder match or multi-man match, which, once again, since you have money in the bank, you don't do a ladder match like that on WrestleMania anymore. So, people are missing out. When it comes to, Bad Bunny is a celebrity. The celebrity always gets his spot. Braun Strowman and Shane McMahon. Okay, I get it. Those kind of matches. So Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks wouldn't have had the time to sell.
Are you just saying this because you want them to be the main event? Other than them being the main event, I just really just don't.
The reason why I'm saying that is because it gives. The reason why I'm all cool for the 2-night thing is because, one, I'm looking at it as from a content creator standpoint. I'm looking at it also that you're looking at it as from a fan. Like, you get the chance to go out there because they love Florida more than they love Philly. Okay, I don't know when Philly's getting the next WrestleMania, and if Philly had as many WrestleManias as fucking Florida had, I'll probably be in the same boat you are. But in the content creator, you join the show. But when it comes to trying to get this stuff together, get the outline together, when it comes to trying to live stream, which I'm still
just answer this question.
Okay.
When they have 2 nights and it comes to excitement, don't they favor one night over the other, right? With cars.
You said, do they favor one night over the other?
Yeah, say they put whoever they really want, obviously it's going to be night 2.
Yes.
So why not just have all your excitement on one night?
But
it's okay for people not to make it. It's okay.
But I'm just saying, I know it's okay for people not to make it, but here's the thing.
Because you talk about Apollo and his big moment. It's okay if he didn't have a big moment.
But
they
Apollo
didn't build it up properly.
Something. Apollo been there for so long, he deserves something.
Okay, well, hey, sometimes
it's
not your fault. Sometimes
it's not always hey. It's not always hey. It really got shit to deal with. Look, I understand, probably excited for one night, but even if you probably excitement, would Bianca Belair and Sasha have been the same if it was on the same night with Roman, Edge, and DB?
Yes, it would have, because I still think that was the best. I still think that was the best one. It's just my opinion. I'm just saying.
Look, the crowd being into it, her winning it, and then because once again, it's all about energy. That probably would have sucked the energy out the room. It's kind of like, for instance, the one night WrestleMania 35, right?
Right.
Okay, that's the night Kofi won the WWE Championship from Daniel Bryan.
Yep.
What else was exciting after that?
That's why you have that as the main.
So Kofi and Daniel Bryan is going over the first ever women's main event with Becky, Ronda, and Charlotte?
Yep.
It's not, and you know it's not. Not that's the history. That's the
if I was booking
history.
it would have. If I was, it would
Because the build to this match, it's like the build to this match was really great. So was the Kofi build, but
until the end of the triples, the women.
The match was not. I'm
talking about until like the last like few weeks of it, they started losing it.
No, the last few weeks was I built up. Remember that's when Charlotte kneed Ronda's head in the windshield and shit like that. Shit was dope. The match didn't live up to it, unfortunately. But that was that was the whole.
I think for me, Kofi already would have got a bigger pop than the triple threat, no matter what, because of obviously what we know as the champions is concerned.
Yeah, but that's just us as black people.
All right, so what? So the women was gonna be like, one of the three, woohoo.
Look, I'm saying you guys said we gonna look at the Kofi and Daniel Bryan thing differently, but here's the thing: even the crowd was into Kofi and DB like the whole way. They was into the entrance, they was into the show, they was into the atmosphere, and by the time we got to the main event, it sucked the energy out the room. Nobody cared about Samoa and Ray. Nobody cared about Roman and Drew. Nobody cared about Triple H and Batista. Nobody cared about Baron and Kurt Angle. Definitely didn't. Nobody cared about Finn and Bobby. It was wait till the main event came. Then when the main event came, they was already drained because they've been sitting there for 5 hours.
Just cut it down to 4.
If you cut down to 4. Kofi and Daniel Bryan don't get that much time.
If you cut it down to 4, we didn't have to see Baron hurt. We didn't have to see whoever. We didn't have to see a lot of stuff. They could have just cut it down.
Yeah, but I'm saying Kofi and Daniel Bryan wouldn't have got that much time in their match.
If it's 4 hours, they could have allotted time properly. You got 4 hours to allot time. You mean tell me they wouldn't have got time in 4 hours?
Not what they probably would have kept on the show. That's what I'm saying. It's about pacing. It's because Vince wants to do his celebrities. Vince wants to do his campaigning. Vince wants to do his Susan G. Komen shit. You got to do all that, and then we just look at the time on the match card that says 23 minutes. We're not including the winning time of the celebration of him and his family, or the entrance time with that long ass ramp. That time has to be cut. You got to take all that into consideration if you're going to shorten down the show. Those 4-hour shows that were just 4 hours were not big stadium shows like that. And if they were, that ramp wasn't that long. Go back and look at them. Go back and look.
All right, I just know for me, I would just rather the one day. That's just for me.
It's like WrestleMania 25. Shawn Michaels and Undertaker, they had the Heaven and Hell entrance for WrestleMania. Then they had to come down the ramp. Then they had the 30-minute match, and then after that, nothing could follow it. So they had to rush almost Cena, Edge, and Big Show, and that was for the championship. And then Orton and Triple H bored everybody. So that's all. That's what I'm the point I'm trying to make. That if you have 2 nights, sometimes you're able to, people that are deserving could probably also get themselves a chance. Also, that's all I'm saying. But moving on to that, we have on Sunday, May 8th, it's a pay-per-view at Dunkin' Donuts Center in Providence, Rhode Island. There's no name for that yet. June 5th, there's a pay-per-view in the Allstate Arena in Chicago. No, that's All Out is in September because okay. I think I figured it out now. I think because I don't know when these Crown Jewel shows are going to be. But here's the big thing. Saturday, June 2nd.
The Crown Jewel shows are March and October. Yeah,
so they don't have those dates on there yet. So here's the thing. Saturday, July 2nd is Money in the Bank from the in Vegas in that stadium. Then July 30th is SummerSlam in the Nissan Stadium in Nashville.
That's stupid to me.
That I agree with you on that one. I like we're doing 2 stadium shows in the same month.
They're doing 3 in like the span of like was it two months or a month and a half? They're doing like 3.
Yeah, because Saturday, September 3rd, or Sunday, September 4th, there's going to be a pay-per-view from a to-be determined location, which we think is that UK pay-per-view that they've been.
Yeah, I think that's the UK. Yeah.
But you recognize what weekend that is?
Wait, say it again.
September 3rd or September 4th.
Yeah, they're trying to compete with
That's All Out.
Yeah, they're trying to compete.
So they try to.
I mean,
but see, I think All Out is going to that actual big stadium in Chicago to sell it out, opposed to going to that little small one.
It depends on what WWE does. If WWE wants to have theirs on the same day in a bigger stadium, then they'll do it. But other than that, they'll stay loyal.
How about I say, because if they go part the big guns, they gonna try to fight these motherfuckers. Then we have Saturday, November 26th, is the Survivor Series at TD Garden in Boston. So that's the new lineup. Obviously, Crown Jewel will be in October, and either in February or because there's no February or March show. So I think because they had a Super Showdown show.
March.
Huh?
Crown Jewel is in March.
That's Crown Jewel is in October, and Super Showdown is in March. February.
Well, I mean, not Crown Jewel, but the Saudi shows. What I meant. Saudi shows is in March and October.
Okay. So with that lineup, I'm curious to see how this is going to shake things out. That whole Money in the Bank at SummerSlam thing is too close for me when it comes to that. I think
they just said they want to have 3 in the span of a month, just because.
Yeah, I really think that since SummerSlam is like one of their biggest shows, you need to have a good build up period, not just 3 weeks of build for a SummerSlam show, unless you got a lot of this is going to carry over from Money in the Bank into SummerSlam. So now that on that part, that's just me on that part. So.